Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I'm now 39 weeks pregnant and this vlog is all about how I found the last week. So if you want to see how I've been doing then keep watching. So before I start this video, sorry for the state of me because I got caught out in the snow. yes, you heard me right, snow again in the UK in March. Yeah, I got caught out in the snow before and my hair went a bit frizzy, but I just haven't had time to sort myself out, and I'm really conscious that I'm actually 39 plus 2 today, and I keep thinking, oh, I'm going to put it off again, and then I think, no, I really need to film this. And this vlog is going to be a little bit different because what I'm going to do is that I'm going to film this now and tell you how I've been, and then I have a midwife appointment at 2:45 this afternoon, and it's just around 1 o'clock now. And what I'm going to do is insert some footage of how my midwife appointment went, just so I can get this up, because by the time I've had that and then picked Bill up from school and then got tea on, I won't manage to film it today. So I wanted to do it that way rather than like I could go into labour tonight and then you'll never see this. So I hope that makes sense. But yes, this week has been quite different, and it's funny actually because I was watching my old videos of when I was pregnant with Daisy. I'll leave the playlist to her pregnancy journey down below if you'd like to watch them. And I remember like watching those videos this week and thinking, this is so funny, because for weeks 38 and 39 I was saying how like everything had become quite a tease, and I definitely feel like that applies this time, because I have had a lot of what I feel are like no longer pregnancy symptoms so much as like getting ready for labour symptoms. Does that make sense? So not necessarily like early labour symptoms maybe, or they could be, but just I feel like everything's shifted towards getting this baby out rather than, oh, I feel like this because I'm pregnant. Does that make sense? So the biggest thing is just my digestive system and general like heaviness down there. And the digestive system thing, be aware because I'm going to talk about poo again, which I did do last time I think, but the heaviness and the pressure that I felt last week, which I spoke about, has continued into this week, but it was really intense over the weekend and also at the very beginning of this week, to the point where I felt the urge to go to the toilet for a number 2 almost constantly, and I would go to the toilet and sit there and wait and nothing would happen. And then in the last few days I've just felt like I've become really regular with going to the toilet, like sometimes twice a day, and I get a lot of what I would say like digestive cramps at the front of my stomach, like at the bottom, and like sometimes they can be quite easily confused with like period cramps. So I think they're to do with my digestive system, because he's obviously putting a lot of pressure down there now, and your body does start to clear out when you're ready. But I don't know. I've definitely been feeling different, and I've also had a lot of like lightning crotch, fanny dagger symptoms where he's been pressing on a lot of nerves down there, and I have been yelping in pain again, which has been really uncomfortable. Weirdly, I'm not waddling, but I do feel very full, like he is quite low down, and as far as I can tell he is still head down. But obviously with my midwife appointment I will find out more then. So considering that I'm speaking about my midwife appointment now, what I'm going to do is insert this footage that I'll have filmed afterwards. It would probably be really casual, just like me sat on the sofa filling you in, but I'll insert that now so you can see how that all went. So I'm back from the midwife and I have a few things to update on actually. I was not expecting it. I have got absolutely fine blood pressure and urine, which is always good. And I had my tummy measured and I am now at 40 centimetres at 39 weeks, so I'm measuring a little bit bigger, and I guess that's that's what I expected. I knew that I carry like bigger than average babies, but his head is at the brim of my pelvis. His head is slightly engaged, but she wrote brim, and I reckon he's probably, well, she said she could feel him in there, so I don't know what he is in terms of like fifths palpable because she didn't write it down, but he is slightly engaged, and I said I could tell, and she said you'll probably find that because it's your third he'll be more engaged sometimes and then come out again and more engaged other times. Weirdly, on the way to my midwife appointment I did my urine sample at home in the little test tube thing because I thought it would be easier. And then as I was walking to the appointment, I felt this tremendous urge to go to the toilet, like a load of pressure. And then once I went to the toilet, when I got there, I had like backache and like tightenings and cramps, and they've written that down and said like it could be something. She said that because there were two of them, there was a student midwife and then the actual midwife, and she said that there's no signs behind it, but with third babies you tend to find a lot that women say, oh, I feel like I'm being teased at the moment, I'm getting loads of like signs of labour, like early labour, and feel like baby's messing me around. She said it's really common, but obviously there's just no signs behind it, it's just one of those things. So she said that you might find that you get like a run-up of symptoms as you progress, and then when it happens, it just happens really quickly. And I was like, well, it does tend to happen quickly anyway for me, so I hope it's not that quick. But yes, what else? I have got an appointment booked for 40+2, which is next Thursday, just because then it'll have been a week since this appointment, because I'm 39+2 now. Then I will have another appointment booked for the following week, which is when they do sweeps. They don't do them at 40 weeks anymore, which is annoying because I'm pretty certain that that helped me get into labour with Daisy, to be honest. So it could be that I end up going over to 41 weeks plus, we'll just have to see. And then I also know when my induction date will be, and inductions now happen in the morning, which is quite like different from what I was used to, because with Bill it happened overnight. So I guess at least I wake up early and I go in and I do my thing, and hopefully it all goes well, but fingers crossed we don't get to that point. But yeah, things are looking really good. I thought I would include this because it's a little bit more informative than me just chatting away, but here's to me back in the past again. So I have no idea what I'm saying in that clip there, but I'm just going to carry on with like how I've been feeling and stuff. My tiredness has been, I would say, more intense now. The only issue is for me is just the toilet in the middle of the night. Again, like I am going constantly, even if I drink a lot or even if I drink a little before bed, I'm still going about 4 times a night, and sometimes it can be as many as like 5, which says to me that obviously he is very low down and I've got a lot of pressure. But with that low downness and with the fact that a lot of people have said that my belly has dropped, I have noticed that my heartburn is significantly less. So I definitely feel like he has dropped, and therefore like that symptom is a lot like more manageable now. If you watch my vlogs, like my family vlogs, my weekend vlogs, you'll know that like this weekend just gone, so I was like 38 weeks then, we've basically finished doing everything that we need to do around the house. So save for a quick hoover and to put some laundry away. I am really pleased at the state that we're at. Like I've done things where I've just like tidied through the kids' bedrooms a bit more, sorted out Daisy's wardrobes. I've got everything like that has been on my list for a while to do done, which is really nice. And we're just sort of ticking away now, like just waiting for him. I ordered some long-sleeved baby vests, which might sound like a bit of a weird thing to mention, but I typically have spring summer babies. So Daisy April, Bill is June, and this baby I was expecting mid-March, late March. And while March sometimes can be still classed as winter, a lot of the times, at least in the past few years, March has actually been quite pleasant. And I've never had a baby that's needed a long sleeve newborn vest just because of the weather basically. So I don't even have any old ones to use like that are the right size. So with this snow that we've had, and now there's like sunshine coming out, the weather is bizarre, I felt like I needed to get some long sleeve ones just in case, because I just feel like the weather's so unpredictable, and it still doesn't feel like it's warmed up here. And another thing that I might do is take his pram suit that I bought him with me to hospital. I wasn't initially going to take that, I was going to use like a little baby cardigan and a blanket, but this pram suit isn't too thick, so it would be safe for the car seat. I might take that just in case, just because the weather is that unpredictable that I don't want to take my baby home and have him be freezing in the car, because you just don't know what it's going to be like at the moment. Emotionally, I'm doing okay. I think that the fear that I have had recently over giving birth, obviously my situation is slightly different than normal just because of my syndrome and things like that. I am still nervous about what lies on the other side, because we can't guarantee anything, and obviously like I can't, there was a window in my belly, I'd be looking through it all the time to check that he's okay kind of thing. But I think the fear generally of like hurting and the pain and all of that has kind of gone. And I think it's nature's way in a way, because you get so big and so tired and so sort of fed up of being pregnant that you actually get to a stage where you think, actually I just want them out. I just want this baby out. I'll do anything to get this baby out. And I think that's kind of where I'm getting to now, which is funny because I've never ever been that impatient with past pregnancies before. With Bill, he was induced and I was just kind of really accepting of that. It didn't even cross my mind that I wouldn't be induced. I just felt like I knew I was going to be induced. Whereas with Daisy, and she was only 2 days late, and not even like exactly 2 days late, because she came really early in the morning on the second day of being overdue. So I wouldn't even say that I had got to the impatient stage of being overdue yet. Whereas this time I'm impatient even before my due date, which I find really weird. But we are just gonna have to wait and see, and I guess that's just the way the pregnancy cookie crumbles, isn't it? So I'm gonna quickly show you my belly. I think it's dropped. A lot of people that have seen like photos or seen me in person have said that they think it's dropped as well, but we'll just have to see, because you never know, do you? So this is my belly at 39 weeks and 2 days. I don't know if that really counts for anything, but can you see here there is a kind of line underneath my bust, and I can fit my whole hand there, and then it kind of goes whoom. And that didn't used to be like that. It was much higher up and kind of a more even slope, and then I feel like you can sort of see it here that it's hanging a bit differently, and it's definitely been an out front kind of bump, but it's very sort of long here now. And that is it from the front. But yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think and leave your estimates for when you think he's coming down below, because it's definitely not long either way. So yeah, that is everything for this week, and I feel like I really want to say a proper thank you now. I know I said this in the last couple of vlogs, but like, if he comes over the weekend or in the next few days, and I'm not ever going to get to say this again properly in this moment while I'm pregnant, but thank you for every single like watch, every comment, every like message of support that you've sent, because I am just so lucky to have that network around me, and I hope that these videos have helped you. I know a lot of you have found me through the Channel Mum pregnancy videos, which makes me so pleased that they've helped as well. And I'm just really like excited to share sort of like the next part of the journey. I'm not doing any live updates. I know that that can be quite popular like with Channel Mum and things like that, but just because of the nature of my like background syndrome and things like that, if my baby's poorly, I don't want to have to pick up a phone and like do a live update about that, because I just wouldn't physically be able to, and I'd need some time to get my head around it, because obviously any illness that my children have will come from me, and that can be quite hard to sort of swallow at the time. But I will hopefully, fingers crossed, because I take this camera right here with me to bed every night, hopefully I will be able to film part of it and put it together in my way that's like, you know, beautiful and special to me, and like shows you how it all went. But I can do that when I feel ready, because obviously if he is poorly then I won't be doing that right away. But I would really like to capture it, because it is the last time, and I think it would be a really nice thing to have, not only for me in the future but also to share with all of you as like a thank you for the support as well. So yeah, I wish you all so much love and luck if you are pregnant, if you are like around the same stage, or if you're a few weeks behind or even ahead. Like, if you're watching this, good luck, and you're really close to meeting your baby, and I promise that it's going to be an amazing experience. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I might see you next week for week 40, but we will have to see. Wish me luck.